Tea Time Disc Golf back again. Tank and Steve Braud.
Hey folks, we're back. We got the final 9 of the New Jersey State Championships at Thompson Park. Round 4, final 9 holes. Where are we at, Hank?
We got Fish at 29 down, Moser 27 down, myself at 23 down, and Villa bringing up the rear at 20 down.
Alright, so we'll see whether or not Mike can catch up to Fish here with the final 9 holes playing. You're going to try desperately to catch up to those guys up top and contend for this win. And Chris obviously has a lot of work to do. So we started off here, hole 10, 264 feet.
Straight shot, slightly downhill. Most people are going to throw a putter on, I think on this card at least.
Yeah, pull your putter out of your bag, throw it right at the basket. Looks like a pretty textbook straight shot at the basket. We'll see what Fish does here. Looks like he definitely has a putter in his hand.
Yeah, I don't think there's any danger on this hole. I guess the road's out of bounds, but that really should never come into play.
You leak it a little bit right and hit into those trees. You know, you leave yourself a longer putt. But yeah, I mean, as long as you throw your putter in the air, it's going to get down there close. But here you are throwing a putter.
Yeah, this is one of my first round judges. Got a whole stack of those when they first came out.
Leaking a little bit right, but I think you're going to be close to the circle's edge there, right side.
It's kind of like a bowl down there by the basket. Everything kind of
everything
funnels right down in there.
Okay. Here's Chris. He's going to throw, I would assume, something stable. Possibly a little bit of ante out of his hand, letting it go back to the left. That's textbook, Chris's shot. Probably a harp or something to that effect, but he's going to be inside the circle.
Yeah. I'd say Mike's throwing an AVR.
Yes, he is. Nice stable AVR. Just let it go ahead and leak right to the basket. Like you said, you can see how everything funnels right to the hole. And you've got a 25, 22 footer. Good birdie.
Yeah, I'm sure this played as the easiest hole on the course. It had to have.
I mean, only being 243 feet, slightly downhill with everything funneling to the basket, everything is in favor for it to be a birdie. And I can only assume this will be a star frame, as Mike and Fish don't miss from this range.
As you should on this hole, it's actually a little bit of a tease coming into the hole 11. Hole 11 is a monster.
So it's a feel-good hole. It makes you feel good before you have to step up and play an 840-foot hole.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Speaking of monster, this is hole 11. It is 840 feet. It is a par 5. Obviously downhill, you don't want to leak anything to the left. You want to keep it out to the right where you have an open shot going down towards the basket.
Not too far right, Steve. You see that road definitely comes into play for some people. And as the wind's picking up, it's
getting hairy.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Now, did you guys have a headwind coming up through that off the tee, or were you playing more? What was the wind situation?
I'd say we had a headwind around this time coming up that hill pretty good. So to really attack this hole, you had to be brave.
And throw a low liner with something stable, but then you run the risk of getting into the woods on the left-hand side. But it's a par 5, so you've got multiple throws to be able to get up there and at least get your par on this hole.
Yeah, tough to birdie. Not so difficult to par. If you want to play it safe, it's not that hard.
It doesn't look like the path in the back comes into play all that much, but I'm sure that there were some people this weekend that found it. And Fish trying to throw that flex drive, getting it to ride down there, and he was asking for it to move right. Does not look happy.
Yeah, he goes left.
You're throwing a destroyer here.
Yeah, and I really just didn't even commit to that shot. I saw what he did and I followed.
And here's Chris. Let's see if he can get something down low and get something to turn right a little bit. Yeah, that looks like a better line.
Yeah, he's still going to be choking up that left side, but, you know, far better off than we were.
Let's see what Mike throws here.
It's like one of Mike's wraiths. He does his old champion wraiths.
He throws it nice and low. That's going to glide. That looks like a fantastic shot.
That's fine.
Okay. Fish obviously in trouble here. He's trying to get himself back out to where he can play a decent shot.
Looking like he's going to be throwing a thumber.
Definitely threw that up in the air.
Yeah, and just peek down edge of the fairway before the creek.
And Chris looks like he's big Anheuser out of there. Found a hole up top. Looks like it may have come down just shy of the creek there.
Yeah, I got deep in there.
Oh yeah. That punched out nice. That got all the way up there. You should have a good look to get up to the basket.
And Mike in a great position throws a perfect shot.
Very textbook as far as just throwing a nice hyzer second shot. Now he can get up and down pretty easily for his birdie. Fish going for the cut roller here.
Wow, Fish. Wow.
And that was, honestly, it was a great shot from where he was at.
Very good looking shot. Here you are with your destroyer again, trying to keep it nice and low underneath those trees.
Oh.
Yep, just let it leak left a little bit.
You'll have an easy up and down from there. You can definitely see the rain starting to come down, so grip is going to become an issue. And Mike with a fantastic up. He should be able to tap that in and walk away with a nice birdie. He really needs a stroke on Fish here. And it looks like he's going to get one.
Fish scares it, but doesn't connect.
Here you are with a nice easy up. That should be an easy par for you.
Yeah, just tap in the par and move on. Plenty of other holes to birdie out here.
And here's Chris. This is just inside the circle or just on the edge of the circle. Really important putt, and he gets it. Very
Bang.
good. Very good putt. Fish cleaning up his par.
Here we go, Mike.
And Mike with his birdie. You're going to tap in for your par.
Yeah, that'll move us on to hole 12. Yeah, you can see the rain starting to pick up, and we're wondering what is going to go on here. Came in fast. You saw the beginning of the round was bright and sunny.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So it came in fast. Was there lightning and thunder associated with the rain?
Not at this point right here. We're stepping up going, all right,
Let's play some golf. Yeah, we got to keep going.
Yeah, let's do this.
Chris throwing a nice, easy hyzer shot, hoping to get down there just next to the basket. This is one of those wide open shots. Get whatever you can as close as you can and hope that you get close enough where you don't have to make a putt.
Yeah, exactly. Right now we're thinking, man, I hope this rain stops.
Yeah, just get down there as close as possible. Everyone throwing just a strong hyzer shot at it now. They're all looking pretty good so far.
Yeah, that's what is cool about this hole. It's a little dangerous. You can go wrong. You definitely got to judge your distance well. But it's not lefty or righty friendly. Anybody's just gonna step up and go, oh, okay, I'm gonna throw a hyzer to this hole. And
Yeah, you have to throw the high percentage shot. You know, I mean, you don't step up to this hole and say, I'm gonna throw anything other than a right-handed, backhanded hyzer, unless your go-to shot is your flick, and then you're gonna see a lot of people step up and throw that flick hyzer to it. But everybody got the birdie on that hole. We'll move on to hole 13. Hole 13 is a 610-foot par 4. Just pump something up out into the middle there, and then you're hoping to get a nice a nice angle at the basket coming in for your second shot, right?
yeah, exactly. You wanna thread this first gap and make it down to the left side so you give yourself an angle on that pin.
Is the creek OB at all, or is that all casual as you're playing this hole?
Yeah, that's all casual. The only thing out of bounds is that fence that you see in the back behind the basket. If you make it over that, you pay the price.
There's Chris throwing a low liner, just a nice hyzer shot, hoping to get a good skip, and he does.
Wow. He's got the birdie.
Really good shot. I'm surprised Mike doesn't have the towel down here, but he must feel like he's getting some grip on the rubber tee pads.
I don't know. I think he wears some kind of cleats or something, so he gets some extra.
He does, but he usually still puts the towel down. I mean, that's a staple. I like the
grippy guy.
I do like the tee boxes. I like the turf on the right and left hand side, the rubber, and then you have the zone up front there where you're not going to fall off the front of the tee pad after you throw. So I do like the tee pad design.
Fish kind of straightens this one out a little too much. He was looking for.
That's good. That's a lot. That's better.
More of a hyzer on that shot.
Yeah, it looks like you have to play a tough shot through the woods or really work around that stuff if you don't leave it out to the left. Looks like you're going in the right direction out there, just hoping to get a skip at the end.
Wonderful.
Good shot.
Oh, you're right. I wonder if we're.
Yeah, if you can avoid those trees on the left, you give yourself a pretty wide open approach here. Chris with his approach shot.
It's a really good looking shot. Leaves himself probably 5 feet.
Yeah, so you can see those deer back there. It's pretty. It's a pretty funny sight for us. I think they have some sort of sanctuary for the people to walk around the park and see the wildlife.
Interesting.
It is pretty interesting.
I know the deer population is a serious problem in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. So it's just funny to see them all sitting there on the other side of the fence. That was a good shot by you, though, getting it up there real close. Easy birdie. We'll see what Fish can do.
Yeah, he's eyeing up a little anti-floater.
Yeah, he's good at those shots. I mean, he has such good touch, and he just literally puts it right under the basket. Look at this footing.
Actually, Mike had a hard time finding this one.
Wow.
It went into that
Oh,
creek.
it's in the creek.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, if Chris makes this, which he does, we got a star frame, which is pretty good on a 610-foot par 4. So nobody really fouled this one up. Everybody's going to move on unscathed. Looks like the sun's back out, the deer are happy, and we can move on to hole number 14.
Yeah, we don't want to go without mentioning that one lone swan in the back there. Or is it some kind
very
of goose?
lonely, very lonely. All right, so we move on to hole 14. Hole 14 is a par 4. It's 600 feet, not 610 feet like the last one, but 600-foot par 4. Tell me a little bit about this one.
This is uphill the whole way, and the first part of the fairway has a winding little creek area that's out of bounds. So it kind of takes away your opportunity to drive it up the middle. You add a bit of risk into it. most people are going to want to throw the hyzer.
Inhibits a roller. That creek inhibits you from throwing a roller up the middle too.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly possible to touch it down, but it's in my opinion, you go up the right side and just kind of take that risk out of it.
Exactly what Chris is doing, throwing up the right-hand side.
Perfect shot.
Very good drive. I think I watched everybody throw up that right side on the last round that we did coverage on, so not surprising to see everybody doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's not even worth it. You're going to end up 20, 30 feet left of where you might just gone up the right side, so why even bring it into play? We didn't ever play that short pin for this tournament that you see there, so...
The fish is not happy with that. He just held on to that a little bit too much, clipped that tree on the right, and just came right back at him. There you are, ripping your destroyer right up that right side. You're going to be hanging out with Mike and Chris out there in the middle, and Fish has got some work to do here.
Fish is going to pump one up the fairway.
He caught something, and now he's behind those two bushes, so...
Yeah. A little bit of some bad luck there.
Chris just ripping a standstill as far as he can. He gets a good skip on that. He should be in a good position.
And Mike's going to line up this ante.
Yeah, he's trying to go right side.
That's big.
What a good shot.
That's all, that's really all he's going to get out of that. It's far up there.
You can see the basket. You can see it right next to that stop sign up there. So it is a ways up there. You're going destroyer, destroyer. I'm hoping to get this thing to flux out of that. That's a good looking shot.
Yeah, I just had to take a straight line at it if I even want to have a chance to get in range. He's just trying to save this par here.
Once again, though, he's on that knee, throwing a flick shot, and he just catches that branch, leaves him quite a distance left.
Yeah,
You're laying up there. You're going to take the par.
A 3 here for me would be a bonus, honestly. I played that hole really well, and still 60, 70 feet away.
It doesn't look like anybody's getting the birdie here, so I think that everybody is now putting for their pars on the card. We'll see if Fish can't convert. He just left that low out of his hand.
Yeah, and he is really not happy about that. That's one of the really kind of first off putts we've seen out of Fish.
And Villa misses his par putt, so that's a bogey for Fish, a bogey for Villa. Yeah, you're right, Hank. I mean, absolutely, Fish has been on point with all of his putting, so it's rare to see him miss low and not hit anything. Because when he's dialed in, he's dialed in. So we'll see if he can bounce back from this as we move on and move on to the next hole. Mike, and you are going to take good pars here. I mean, obviously you want the birdie, but if you can't get it, a par is going to do just fine on that hole.
Yeah, exactly. Mike and I are kind of the same boat there. It's, we don't have that big distance. We're just trying to get through it safely.
So we got hole 15. This is a par 4, 534 feet. You got the road on the right, so that does come into play, I'm sure.
Some people are going to throw a big skip shot off the road. I've seen that play a few times, but it's just a risky shot. But yeah, you look down the fairway, you don't see anything really too clear where you want to go.
And right now this is huge because at this point in the match, Mike and Fish are tied. So Mike has not birdied to come back, but fish with that bogey creates them tied at 32 under par.
Yeah, Mike's climbing back into this. Mike likes to win, and he's good at it. And he's good in these pressure spots. But you know what? So is Fish. So we got to see who can really.
Yeah, when Fish is on a win streak and when Fish is streaky with his golf, it's so difficult to beat him. The same can be said with Mike. So watching these two go down the stretch and battle this out should be extremely interesting. I've been beaten by Mike many, many more times than Fish. So if my money was on anybody with them tied going down the stretch, I would say that Moser's going to pull this off. But we'll have to wait and see. Chris did not like that. It did not hyzer into that fairway at all for him. And Fish is taking the straight hyzer, and he does hit something.
Yeah, like I said, it's, I don't want to call it a crapshoot, but you gotta get a little lucky down there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's too many lanes. Chris might have a little bit of a struggle with this second shot and getting it to the basket.
Yeah,
Just hit something early.
caught up.
Fish with a nice little jump putt through these trees, more than likely. I mean, he should be able to get it right underneath that basket without a problem.
Yeah, he knows. I'm sure, he knows that him and Mike are tied right now. He knows what he got to do.
Kept it low, but he didn't hit that tree, so he should be right there and be able to tap that in for the par. Chris is going to take he's going to take his par with a par 4 here. Mike is running it.
Great approach.
Oh, what a fantastic birdie that is.
Yeah, and I made it pretty far down. I gave this one a little bit of a run, but couldn't convert.
Looked very, very good though. And once again, you were standing in the way, so we couldn't see it finish. But it was a very good shot with the result of your disc underneath it.
Fish has that one in there.
Fish
Yeah.
got his birdie. I thought for some reason I was thinking with how close you guys were that this was a par 3, but it is a par 4, 534 feet. Villa does get his par.
Yeah, Mike makes a really good birdie. He didn't get so lucky off the tee, and wow, yeah, he was a little upset with me there.
Yeah, Mike was waiting for you to play some golf. Get up there and tap out there. All right.
Whoops.
So now we can move on to hole number 16 as we watch Mike impatiently walk up and tap his putt out.
Yeah, it was sloppy down there.
Still tied, 32 down. It's an absolute battle between Fish and Moser here going down the stretch. This is a short little par 3, 245 feet.
Yeah, this is gonna play like one of the easier par 3s on the course. If you're a pro player, you're really expecting to birdie this hole. It's right there.
I told you the towel was going to come down eventually. I guess the goal is not to be long behind that bush and not to be short in front of the one on the right. It's the only way you don't get your birdie here.
Yep, Mike tells you he needs to.
Good looking shot out of Mike.
I'm wondering why Mike took his towel away.
Right, you could have used it. I would probably stand still this just because of the conditions, wet and the slick. And you left it a little bit right.
Yeah, as long as you're not in that bush, it's it's a circle putt.
Now, are you deep of that bush, or did you end up short of it?
It might be a little pin high, just low the basket.
Here's Fish. Throwing a really good shot right up there. Not too much to worry about with that putt.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Bill's gonna see if he can get it up there with the rest of us.
I'm curious as to what that is. I'm curious if that's a harp. He's thrown it a lot this round, and it certainly has a ton of stability. It looks like he can let go of it with just a nice anhyzer, and it's just going to fight its way back.
Yeah, Bill.
Look at that! Look at that turn, and just a beautiful shot.
Got it.
Yeah, nice.
That's my rocket
shot.
plasma.
What are they, he throws all that trilogy
Yeah.
plastic, so it'd be a mace or something.
And here you are, easy putt for birdie, and oh no!
Yep.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, just trying to wrap up this good round that I have going, and kind of just choked a little bit.
And with 3 holes left, you were 5 strokes off the pace. Really, you didn't feel a whole lot of pressure from Chris Villa behind you either, so you're not fighting right now, unfortunately. You're just trying to kind of maintain and get done the round, especially after the rain delay, So I understand why you missed that putt.
Yeah, I think I knew, exactly. I think I knew that winning this tournament was out of it, so it's kind of...
Your focus isn't all there. Chris with a really good birdie, boy, he put that right next to the basket.
Hole 17, 261 foot uphill, par 3. You can't see it from the tee here, but there's a road there that plays out of bounds, like a river.
Okay, and it's halfway between the tee and the green.
Right. There
Okay,
you go.
yeah, there we go. He's throwing right over the top of it.
And,
So basically, Mike has to put it under the basket or he has to put it close enough to birdie it.
right, Fish made a statement right there.
Fish absolutely took all the pressure off himself and put it right onto Mike's shoulders. And here's Chris pumping something up there.
Yep. A little left.
Yeah, but
maybe a
that's-
little too stable of a shot that time.
So you've got out the old trusty. You're going to just try to throw something nice and straight.
Yep.
I love that disc. That's a good one.
Yep, I was happy. Missed that little putt before, and yeah.
So here's Chris. He's gonna want to put this in for birdie.
Just maybe 25 feet.
Stepping off of it. He's trying to gain some focus here. All right, what a beautiful putt.
Yeah, great putt for Chris. Mike's stepping up to basically the same putt.
A little bit inside of him. Oh no! And he knew he missed it. Out of his hand, he knew he missed it. And that might be it. I mean, you've got a short par 4 finishing hole that Fish has probably birdied every round that he's played so far. So, wow, is that just disappointing. You don't see that happen very often. So, Fish takes a 1-stroke lead.
Yeah, that's, this isn't exactly a gimme hole, but, it's, you thread this gap and throw a good second shot. It's just another one of those holes.
He threaded that gap just now. So Andrew Fish has put himself in position to win this tournament, unless Mike can do something miraculous here. Maybe he throws a roller, maybe he tries to get down there with something crazy, or maybe he just tries to get his birdie.
Yeah, Mike's, he knows that it's either first or he's got second locked up, so I'm sure he's going for it.
Yeah, he can do anything at this point. 360, whatever Mike feels like doing.
Yep, I'm not going for anything special. I'm just trying to finish up this round. And
Yeah, that's a great looking shot. I mean, that's a really good looking, strong hyzer shot. You're just going to leave yourself about what to the basket there?
maybe 180, no, not even, 150 feet.
It looks like Mike might try to roll this.
Yeah, that's
signature. He's coming from the side like that. He's got the angle on it. Yeah, he's gonna rip into this thing. I don't know if he got over on it enough. It just didn't stand up, I don't think.
wow. It did stand up, Steve.
It went for a long time.
He hit that tree down there. That was a sick roller.
Really, really good. And had he not hit that tree, there was a potential of going OB on that path on the left, correct? Or the road.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same as the other hole before. I think he said that he threw a roller that got all the way down there. So he's definitely thinking to this hole.
Villa just put it down there. You're standing there staring it down, and obviously still a little bit of wet conditions, but the sun came back out. All right, so basically this is for all the marbles. If Fish puts this under the basket, he knows that he's done everything he can to win the tournament, and then Mike just has to make a miraculous eagle to extend this thing. Really good shot by Fish.
Mike has a chance to take this one down right here.
Everybody's getting out of Mike's peripheral, so where he can throw, and here it is.
He wasted no time.
Yeah, no time at all. He gave it a run, and he just unfortunately did not put it in the basket. We got Chris here for his birdie.
Yeah, little 18-footer.
Hey, Chris got a turkey to finish to shoot 26 down for the tournament, which is a really good score. I mean, that's not that far off of where you were. And having watched the rounds of Mike and Fish, they just smoked them. And you missed that coming down the stretch. You're going to finish the tournament at 28 down. So obviously you're going to keep yourself in third place and enough away from Chris. Birdie for Mike.
Yeah, Mike's disappointed. He knows that that putt on 17 was really big, and he let it slip away.
Well, Mike finished at 34 down, and Andrew Fish with the win gets it at 35 under par. So fantastic win for Fish. I have a feeling like this is going to be just the start of things to come for him. Yeah, I think that he's about to really show people what it's like to win tournaments around here. So.
Yeah, Fish goes off the chain after this tournament. He makes a pretty sick run.
Multiple 8-tier wins. So we'll have to see what happens and keep an eye on things. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to the next tournament we can cover for you.
Thanks, guys. Tea time. Disc golf.